I don't know how many NBA 2K podcasts we got out there, but I'm about to start mines right now. And I think this whole Joe Knows video is a perfect segue for me to start my podcast. NBA 2K and chill, bro. We definitely got to talk about this video that I feel like is going crazy. Shout out to Joe Knows. I salute him. I respect what he was trying to do in this conversation because it's really sparking up a debate instead of just the creator just dropping an average build video or some type of dribble tutorial. So I definitely salute him for that. Joe believes that the NBA 2K community could possibly come together and push back against microtransactions after we all saw what happened recently with EA and the college football community. I respect the idea. I just don't think we're anywhere close to that point. I mean, the EA college football community, just to start things off, bro, they recently celebrated EA removing their pay early access content. Many gamers pointed to the organized community feedback as a factor in EA changing their course. Now, where I separate from a lot of people with this whole thing is everybody keeps saying, if they did it, why can't we? I just feel like that's foolish at the end of the day because we're not them. There's a big difference between EA and 2K. It's the community themselves alone. Like y'all keep calling NBA 2K a community, but I don't see one. I see millions and millions of players and individuals chasing their own goals, and that's cool. Some people trying to be a pro, some people chasing legends, some people chasing badges, some people chasing VC, some people are selling coaching, some are selling bills. Like everybody is trying to eat, and I respect that 100%. But that's not a community. That's a marketplace. Successful gaming, whether people like it or not, especially the communities, they often organize around common goals. They share concerns and they really try to pressure the developers together rather than acting like they isolated groups. And one thing I like about vlogs and shit like that is information. I'll do the homework to figure it out. But I appreciate when Joe Knows was talking about how, there is an entity of business above Mike Wayne, above 2K Ronnie as far as who makes certain decisions when we talk about microtransactions. And I believe two things can be true. I believe Joe Knows was absolutely right. Those guys are not in day-to-day control of microtransactions. That specifically might be above their head. But I don't think that you can downplay their concerns, their opinions, if the Mike Wangs of the world, if the Ronnies of the world was to bring it to the table. Just because they don't have the final say don't mean that they can't campaign, they can't push, they can't move the envelope. So we can't totally give developers a pass, even though what we're asking for may or may not be their primary responsibility. So I get what Joe was saying. Salute to the homie Scoob in the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Scoob Gaming on YouTube as well. Shout out to the homie. Be doing his thing. But let's just keep it real for a minute, man. When is the last time the biggest NBA 2K creators genuinely put a smaller creator in position? Not for content, not for clout, not because it benefited them. I'm talking about actually showing upcoming creators how to build a sustainable platform, how to grow, how to diversify, how to survive without buying into every single trend. We don't see really none of that. Instead, it feels like it's behind a paywall. Buy this course, join this Discord, use this creator code, buy VC. Like it's always an agenda. I'm not blaming people for making money. Don't get it twisted at all. But let's stop pretending that this is some type of united movement when we talk about NBA 2K. Will NBA 2K content scene be stronger if bigger creators constantly and consistently mentor smaller creators without expecting something in return? I believe so. I don't think they have to, but I think that if you're looking for a more quality of a quote unquote community, bro, you got to drop knowledge. You can't be a gatekeeper. If you don't want to get nobody else paid, I mean, that's fine if that's the way you are rocking. But I mean, information should be poured into each and every person, whether they want to receive it or accept it or not. You know, this whole thing about microtransactions and can the 2K community come together to get it out of 2K, I think to me is just laughable, yo. I don't see EA, especially the college football game, as being as high in demand as NBA 2K. Money, big money is being made off of NBA 2K. If I'm not mistaken, I think Joe Knowles had dropped in his video, like NBA 2K making about $1 billion annually. Why would you change your design? Offense wins games. That's why I see a lot of people when we talk about how NBA 2K can improve for 2K27. Everybody want to scream better defense. Defense is never going to get but so good in a video game. I hate to break that down to y'all, but I thought we had this conversation already. Offense is what wins, is what gets the money. TikTok clicks and all that is off of offensive plays. And the developers in the community know that. They're not going to change anything as long as the bottom line ain't being changed. And, you know, Joe knows he brought that up yesterday. But microtransactions, yo, they do remain one of the biggest revenue drivers in modern sports games because players continue to purchase an optional content each and every year. Y'all want to complain in one breath, and then in the next breath, y'all preloading $100. Y'all complain, and then y'all buy another build. Y'all complain again, and then y'all start buying boosts. Then y'all start buying animations. Then y'all start buying clothes. Then y'all start buying season passes. I mean, at some point, yo, your wallet speaks louder than your words are doing. If everybody truly hated microtransaction, the spending numbers would collapse. I don't believe that the NBA 2K community is crying about money. For sure, anybody want to keeps a dollar bill. I'm not disputing that people don't want to save a dollar. But I don't feel like players of NBA 2K, even the casual players, nobody's going broke. I don't believe at high volume. So I don't believe people don't mind paying into the game. I think 2K need to make this game better. That should be the focus. That's why I don't think that, you know, this whole quote unquote movement for the NBA 2K community going to have any type of legs on it, because people, they don't actually want to stop paying. They just want to pay less. I think there's a difference. Gameplay quality matters, especially the AI behavior. If NBA 2K could improve the AI, that'll be a big plus. Low key. Teammate intelligence. You know, what can the game do about that? Defensive rotations. What can the game do about that? I think that you have to use artificial intelligence. You have to use AI at this point if you NBA 2K to make this game better. And a lot more immersion. You know, give us some basketball realism. I think that's one of the most common long-term discussions among 2K players as far as needs. And my priorities is different from a lot of other people who play this game. I'm not trying to have a VC conversation. I'm about making the game better. Give me smarter AIs, you know, helps in some way teammates understand spacing better, make defenders rotate a little bit more correctly, punish bad basketball, and reward high IQ basketball. Stop letting all these cheese dominate every move. Whether I'm playing offline, online, my career in the rec, I want basketball to actually make sense. Because I feel like if the gameplay is elite, people are going to spend money either way. That's just the reality of it. The game has to be worth investing at first before you can start asking for discounts and expecting discounts. If NBA 2K27 delivered the smartest AI and the best gameplay in franchise history, y'all, would y'all really give a fuck about microtransactions? Again, I big salute to Joe Knows. I respect him again for trying to get people thinking bigger than themselves. But from where I'm sitting at, even as a new casual creator, this player base at NBA 2K hasn't shown me that they willing to stand on shit. Definitely not standing together long enough to force some type of real change. Everybody want to be the next superstar and go viral. Everybody wants their own lane, and then it ain't nothing wrong with that. But we got to stop calling it a community because we only unite when it's convenient. My biggest wish for NBA 2K27 is a free VC. It ain't about cheaper bills. It ain't about rewards. It's about smarter basketball. Fix the logic of it, fix the immersion, fix the AI, make basketball feel like basketball again. That's really all I want. Everything else can come after that. What do y'all think at the end of the day? Do y'all think Joe Knows was right about the NBA 2K player base? Can they finally unite, or do y'all think we just too divided to even create real change? I just feel like at the end of the day, we need to start with the definition of community, because what we're calling a community in NBA 2K, to me, it just ain't that. 2K7 here, trying to keep 2K honest. Like I said, bro, I'm about to start a podcast, NBA 2K and Chill. I just wanted to chop it up for a couple minutes, but I'm about to start a podcast. I'm going to start going live in the evening, and we're going to bust down a lot of these hot topics that's going around in the NBA 2K community, and I'm going to have open panels so we all can get our opinions off. Appreciate my boy Scoob for stopping by. Make sure, again, y'all subscribe to Scoob Gaming on YouTube, man. Show them some love. I'll catch you guys later on with a full episode of NBA 2K and Chill, man. This is 2K7, just trying to keep 2K honest. Make sure y'all go check out that Joe Knows video. Pretty interesting, but I think, bro, we just got a lot to learn about a real community, because this shit that we got going on, it ain't that. It ain't that. I'm out, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.